Hi there, I'm Johanna Lee, and today I wanted to talk about 3 ways to increase your efficiency at cleaning and organizing your computer. So it is currently spring for me, so I'm kind of in the spring cleaning mode, but something that I think that people neglect is digital cleaning. And I am no saint at this. I am honestly just started on this journey of like trying to make things as clean as possible. So if you have any tips at all, I'm all ears. But these are my 3 tips that I use when I'm trying to clean my computer as fast as possible. So the main culprit for me for kind of a messy computer is my downloads folder. So as you can see here, these are some downloads that I have. And a lot of times what happens if I really need the file, I will move it into a document folder or the associated folder with the project for whatever I downloaded. So what I find myself seeing a lot is, bank statement and then bank statement in parentheses 1, 2, 3, 4, because I keep downloading it to see the info, but I never get rid of it. So when I'm in my downloads folder, this is like pretty good for me, but sometimes I honestly just hard delete things, and I feel like it gives me confidence in being able to kind of move forward and get the momentum to clean other things on my computer. So the first thing that I kind of want to show you guys, and as you can see here, these drive downloads are just zip files that are created when I've selected more than one file in Drive and downloaded it. And so I know that it's safe and it's already in Drive. So a lot of these times, I'll often like search Drive download across my computer and hard delete these. And it makes me feel like some sort of powerful when I just hard delete. And what that means is that I don't have to do step 2 to go into my recycling bin and then delete it from there. So the way that you do this is you just shift and then hit delete, and it'll prompt you, are you sure you want to permanently delete them? And I will be honest that sometimes I've deleted files that I like actually wanted, but I was just on this like delete. So that is kind of my warning to you, but it does prompt you to just double check. But it feels really good to permanently delete it and like not have to think about it again. So I'm going to permanently delete those. So that is my first and like probably my favorite trick. And the second trick is also something that I'm surprised every time I do it or search for it. I find more and more files, and I'm like, I haven't really been on the computer this long. So what I'm trying to get at is temp files. So if I go to my Windows and I type in percentage temp and then percentage again and hit enter, what it's going to do is it's going to go to my local file, and all my temp files it'll show here. And so because they're temporary in nature, I can go ahead and delete those. So what I just did there was Control A or select all, and then I'm going to do the hard delete as well for this. So shift and delete, and it'll ask me, you have 306 items, which again blows my mind because I just did this like a week ago. So these can add up pretty quickly. So I'll hit yes, and a lot of times these temp files are associated with programs that you're running currently, and so you will not want to delete them, or it can't even be deleted because the program's running in the background. So I skip all of those. But as you can see, like 579 items were deleted and deleted permanently. So I feel pretty good about that. So I do that at least once a week. But I think you'd be amazed at how many files that you have that you can hard delete like that, and it will make your computer run faster. And I do have to say that I actually learned that tip from a chat help desk. I was asking them about, why my computer was running slow, which sure, it sounds very, like technology dinosaur to be like, my computer runs slow. But I would suggest that you leverage like any chat feature like that, where if they say, hey, do you have any questions, or like, for that, they're like required to ask, do you have any more questions? Just say, yeah, is there any way that my computer can run faster in the future? And so, oftentimes am zoned out when someone is controlling my computer and fixing something for me for work. But what I've started to do now is try to be a little more attentive to see what they're doing so that maybe I can fix it or I can troubleshoot on my own. And that is definitely one of them. I screenshotted what they said about the temp folders and I've used it ever since. So shout out to that chat person, because this is now something that I incorporate into my daily if not weekly life. So that is probably my favorite. And then the third thing is going to be a disk cleanup. So what you can do if you go into your C drive is you can look for disk cleanup. And so there's a couple shortcuts when you're on your file explorer, like I am here, to get there, but an easy way to do it is just go into your Windows and say disk cleanup. So this is disk cleanup for your C drive. And as you can see here, it's saying like temporary internet files, all of these things that are, you might not need. And so it doesn't auto click on any of these except for these two. And so you can kind of use your own discretion to delete things that you might not want. So for example, program files, if you download the Chrome extension, for example, you'll have a .exe file that you won't need anymore. It'll just be a program on your computer. So then you can delete that like originating source file. And so that is something that I think is really helpful, that a lot of people don't know that they can delete that folder or that file. And so this will show you, how many bytes you have that can be cleaned up. Same thing with temporary internet files. I will say that some of these things you'll want to think about, like what if you should or should not delete them, because for an example, if you delete all of the cookies and clear your cache on your Chrome window, then a lot of times your passwords will not be saved, or like the history that you want in like the drop down menu. So I would kind of take this one as at a grain of salt, but like think through each item on here and it can really clean up space. I heard one time this quote that said, clean a corner of your room, clean a corner of your mind. And basically, you free out this space to be more creative on your computer. And so I think like organization and cleaning your computer is a little bit underrated in my opinion. And so these 3 tips I really hope that you can use to kind of have ownership of your computer and view it as kind of this like workspace that you have, and keeping it clean will really like boost your creativity in my opinion. So anyway, I hope these are helpful, and I hope happy spring cleaning. So thanks.